So when did you realize that you was funny?
Besides getting kicked out of class my whole kindergarten to senior year of high school, all the U's and cooperation that I got. Being funny and being a stand-up comedian are completely two different things.
What was your first comedy set?
To be honest with you, man, life actually took a turn. I was in the ER and they showed me a picture, the x-ray. My whole left side of my lung was just black. When you got tubes in your throat and you can't move and can't nobody come see you and you calling out on your mom that you can't get in contact with, you low. When I came out of that, and I was just so grateful to God, I was like, God, what is it that you want me to do? And I literally checked into school and I started getting into stand-up.
Do you feel like that's what comedy has been for you, a safe space?
My mom introduced me to the gospel at 14. All four of my children, getting my therapist and starting stand-up comedy have been the things that have kept me alive.
So how do you feel like you are using your gifts to glorify God at the end of the day?
I'm able to introduce more young people about Christ, the God of the gospel, than any time now, because I have the duality. I can dress like this and make you laugh and tell you like, no, God is the one.
But do you feel like being a minister, does that push you to make clean comedy?
Can we go a little controversial viral? Man, you know what's crazy? Yeah, you know me, I ain't got nothing to hide. I don't even got my mama blocked on social media, so at this point, I don't got nothing to hide.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Hitting Your Mark, a show where I get to sit down with creative people who I believe are definitely hitting their mark. Well, before we get fully into the episode today, I first want to say thank you so much to everybody who supported my very first merch drop. We just dropped some zip-up jackets, some crew necks, and I had family, I had friends, I had people who I've never even met before support me in buying a jacket and buying a piece of merch and supporting the vision. So I'm super grateful for the love. Well, I am excited for today's episode because my next guest, he is a comedian, he is a minister, he is an actor who you can catch in two of our latest short films, Our First Fight and Decisions, which will be coming out very soon. My next guest is my family, Akela O'Neal.
Yeah,
come on, what's
big
going
man,
on,
what's
man?
good, man? Good to see you, man. How you feeling?
I'm good, bro. How about you?
Man, I'm grateful to be here. Look at all of the blessings of God as upon us right now.
Come on,
man.
no,
Yeah.
I love that.
Studio, I'm like, man, we gonna be at the house? Oh no, we at the studio.
We at the studio. We back. We've been at the house for a little minute, but you know, it's 2026.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? We back.
Profit from the merch. He said he will multiply. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Dude, I love it. Well, thank you so much for being on the platform, bro. I really appreciate you. The Labs is already going, and this is perfect for our conversation on today because we're going to talk about comedy,
okay?
Right? Because you are the comedy man, the stand-up, the comedian. So first, I would love to go back to the beginning with you.
Okay.
So when did you realize that you was funny?
Besides getting kicked out of class my whole kindergarten to senior year of high school, all the U's and cooperation that I got. Man, I think I've always had the gift. I just never knew. I just was naturally being myself, you know. Class clown, getting in trouble, getting kicked out, always talking a lot, having a lot to say.
Yeah.
And I never thought I would be here with comedy, but it just transitioned, man. It just started kind of happening. But you know, I've been in the arts since I was a teenager, you know, mime ministry and things like that. I have a background in stage theater. So I usually was always the comedic relief.
Okay.
But I never, shout out to Sam 7 Productions, Leon Anderson, Joshua, Sam 7 Productions. They gave me my first stage performance for 10 years straight. And out of that is when Josh, rest in peace, he said, man, you should start getting into stand-up. And
really?
I was thinking about it because I've done stand-up before. So years ago, I think I had locks down here. My sons were like 2 and 3 years old. I was doing a little bit, and I was actually doing more church events than anything. But it just kind of just fell through. It's not something that I fully picked up.
Yeah.
But once I got heavy into acting, stage theater, and then life started happening, got to that point, I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna get into stand-up. And then one thing led to another, man, and here I am.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I love that. And you also grew up in church and stuff too, right? Like being in the church community and all that. And we know how funny situations can be in there. Do you think that kind of like influenced your funny at all growing up?
I believe so. I didn't grow up as what we like to call a full church kid. My mom got saved. I was already a rebellious teenager, so I was just kind of like going to church, you know. But that early introduction gave me a relationship with God first and foremost. And then when I started my ministry, I started traveling to different churches.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, oh, this is what black church is. It's like, oh my goodness, it was culture shock.
Come
You
on,
know,
getting
I
that
had
experience.
locks. They laying folks on the ground, folks throwing up, running around. So my mind was completely blown of the way things church was. And I think just steady being in ministry, I actually learned a lot from church, man. I give a lot of love specifically to the black church experience, the black worship experience, because it taught me a lot. It gave me ability to stand in front of people and talk and understand and be able to manage a crowd or manage what's going on in the congregation. I mean, honestly, if you in ministry and you're not willing to do children's church, you're not really in ministry, man, because that's going to let you know if you really about this life, you know? So I'm grateful for it. It was just blessings and gifts, man. The gifts made room for me, as the Bible says, and I'm grateful for it. But yeah, it's definitely a lot of funny stuff. A ton. Come to my stand-up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to come see me, man.
Oh yeah, no, I got to. I definitely will. You know, because you're already funny just conversationally. So I know on stage it's definitely gonna be the same.
It's definitely
vibes.
Insane.
Who was that you said that you said somebody told you that you should start doing stand-up?
Yeah. So when I told you I got my background in stage theater, with Sam 7 Productions, Leon Anderson and Joshua, they created Sam 7 Productions, and he just was like, man, you should just do it. Him not knowing that I've always been a fan of stand-up. I remember as a kid, my uncles and things like that, they had the old Richard Pryor records, like the actual records. Just growing up late night, my grandmother always had cable. So I was sneaking on the TV, watching Comic View, watching Def Comedy Jam, just getting into the flow of things, man. And it was those moments where it was like, okay, maybe I can really do this. But I've always been a fan, always since I was a kid, been a fan of stand-up comedy. Yeah.
There we go. So after someone telling you that and that light bulb going off, where did you go then? What was your first comedy set?
To be honest with you, man, life actually took a turn. So when I first decided to start stand-up comedy was also the same time I first decided to go back to school. So outside of stand-up comedy, outside of acting and ministry, you know, I'm an educator at heart. Okay. So I decided to go back to school, pursue my higher education all the way to the PhD level. I'm working towards it. And those same times was coming simultaneously after I almost died. So I had COVID, man, and it was rough. It was rough. It was my second time having it. And I was coming off a bad breakup, my first real major breakup, heartfelt. Yeah. And I had ended up contracting COVID for the second time and pneumonia. And I was so low.
At the same time?
At the same time, man. I was in the ER and they showed me a picture, the x-ray, and my whole left side of my lung was just black in the lung. And that lets you know that it was pneumonia in there. And it was COVID time still, so nobody could come see me. My mama didn't even know I was in the hospital right away. When I came out of that, and I was just so grateful to God, I was like, God, what is it that you want me to do? Because that, and mind you, I've already survived gunshots, grown up in Compton, Watts, born and raised my whole life, drinking and driving, just being at the wrong place at the wrong time, survived jail, survived mental health, the police, I've always been through it, but that was the first time that I felt helpless. When you got tubes in your throat and you can't move and can't nobody come see you and you calling out on your mom that you can't get in contact with, you low. I thought jail was low. No, that hospital room, low, right? So coming out of that, and I just decided to go full forward, and I literally checked into school. That was summer 2023, and I started getting into stand-up. And that's what, here we are now, man. Open mics, a ton of open mics. Shout out to Hub City Dre. First Sundays in Compton, they do I got a lot of my reps out there, man. So just a lot of open mics and just practicing. There you go. Just kept going, man. And now I still feel like I need to get better, man. Honestly, it's a whole world. Exactly. It's a whole world of stand-up that I'm still trying to get in. Yeah. You know, I would call it Hollywood or the circuit and things like that. But I'm also an educator too. I also work a regular job. I also have children. So I don't have the luxury of just jumping into my gift like most people, you know, so.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Well, what a crazy story, you know.
I'm trying to give you some content, man. We need to go viral. We need hitting the mark to go viral, man. It's crazy. Life is crazy.
He said, I'm trying to give you some clips.
Clip me, post me, make it just boom. Like, no, I can't believe it. Yeah, it happened. Yeah. Testimony. We got to bring back testimony service in church, man. Remember
He having testimony service right now. So beginning to do stand up, right? If somebody is telling you somebody just telling you to do it, you're like, oh, that's a great idea. I'll go do it. But we know that you can't just go up there. You got to have material. You got to go you have to have some jokes and stuff lined up. What was your process like with like coming up with your first set?
It's interesting that you say that because one of my major gifts in stand up, like you're an actor, we act. Method acting, I love method acting. Yeah, I love that you can get deep into the role, like go next level. So in comedy, one of the greatest skills that you could have, there's different specters. You have comedians that do more of the bagging on the audience or bagging on the situations. You got comedians that talk about themselves, right? Me, I'm what I like to call a hybrid. You can put me in front of anybody, right? I owe that to the Lord. I owe that to God being in front of people. And a lot of the first things I was writing, like you have your set up into the joke, come out, but then you also have a lot of improv. You just talk about, as you know, in conversation, just going and keeping it and all that. So just fusing that together and learning how to write. So I would be lying to you if I didn't go to like a comedy conference, just sat and just listened. I would be lying to you if, you know, I watch certain comedians, not all, but I watch certain ones, my favorites. I would be lying to you if I didn't even get a book, the Bible of joke writing, just to kind of see what that looks like, you know, because as a student of the craft, I didn't want to just get into this not really knowing what I'm doing, right? Because I don't have the time to not know what I'm doing. I got a lot of other stuff going on,
gotta get to it, dog.
But going back to school to get my education, become a professor, and becoming a stand-up comedian are the two first things that I can honestly say that I wanted to do for myself. I've always just kind of responded to life, things, or doing what people should have done. You know, of course, paying the bills, but those two things were the first things that God was like, Akela, you can do this for yourself. This is what, and I chose it. And so because I have that vigor, I'm keeping straight A's in school. I'm, you know, still learning, man. I'm only 2.5 years in. I feel like I need to get more reps. More people need to know my name. I need to be around. But I just, like we talked about church, just knowing, having that ability to be in front of people all the time, different types of people. You know, with church, you can be in front of a whole crowd that don't look like you, right? Exactly. And shout out to my mom. She did her best to keep me in a lot of programs as a younger man, where I was the only black kid, you know, or it was just me. Everybody else, and it's me. So learning how to code switch and understanding what to say and be culturally aware and understanding, you know, like I brag about you, the Shakespeare stuff that you do. Oh yeah. You not knowing that I'm a fan. You not knowing that I will start off, friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. Come on. I come to berry season not to praise them. Most people don't know that, right? I like that people don't know what they expect. And I think that's the brand of comedy that I'm trying to pursue. You don't know what you're gonna get.
There we go. You don't know what you're gonna get. So you come to an Akela O'Neal show, you don't know what you're gonna get. Yeah. You talked about being a student of the game, right? And wanting to learn so much and learn from the greats. Who are those people that you watch right now that are comedians that you would love to emulate in your work?
And can we go a little controversial viral? Man, you know what's crazy? Yeah, you know me, I ain't got nothing to hide. I don't even got my mama blocked on social media. So at this point, I don't got nothing to hide. I don't got a close friends. People have close friends, I don't have it. I don't watch a lot of guys on, like, you know, the way comedy has transitioned from social media comedy. So we've seen the skits, and you create a character, you do a skit, you get popular, you're funny. Being funny and being a stand-up comedian are completely two different things. Yes, sir. You hear what I'm saying? And no disrespect to the new guys that are coming, but being funny and being a stand-up comedian are two different things. Yes, sir. And because of the popularity that things are happening now, I don't really watch a lot of newer guys. Now, if I'm at a show, I'll see the show, but I don't really keep up with them because a lot of the newer guys are funny because they got skits. I met a OG stand-up comedian a couple weeks back in the pouring rain. He had me crying. I was crying, right? And that's the stand-up that I love and want. And so I will give you more of the greats, the OGs, if that would help. I'm a huge Bernie Mac fan, like huge Bernie Mac fan. Paul Mooney, of course, Richard Pryor. Gotta give it to Eddie because he was the first person I saw sell out the arenas when everybody came to see Eddie, you know, rest in heaven, Robin Harris, Patrice O'Neal, who is one of the few guys that I was like, okay, because O'Neal is my middle name. Fun story. So all the years of my life, I've been spelling O'Neal because my name is Akela O'Neal Roten Jr. I put the O apostrophe capital N-E-A-L. I've been putting that on all my paperwork.
Yeah.
Man, I get older and I finally take a look at my social and at my birth certificate. Ain't no apostrophe and ain't no capital N.
You just been making that up.
Just been making it up. It's literally O lowercase N-E-A-L. But
Yikes.
because of I took me like 2 years to find my name. I didn't know what I was gonna call myself. Because Akela Roten Jr. wasn't palatable for
It could go.
I mean, you know, right? But I wanted to set myself apart of what it is. And then, you know, of course, Patrice O'Neal is one of the huge funny guys that I love.
Yeah.
I was like, you know, Shaquille O'Neal is just the ring of it, learning the game, learning what that means, the craft. And so that's what happened with that. But a lot of the older guys, man, I watch a lot of the old stuff. Like I'm constantly watching the old stuff because that is what, and I actually like going to the shows. I'm not a huge skit guy. Like, it's some funny skits and things like that. I'll be on my phone, I laugh, I crack up. But if I want to go see you, you got to make me want to come see you.
Right.
Like, I need to come sit down and like, it's a full show. Nothing that you posted on social media.
Right.
I'm about to get a full stand-up show. And I think that's where I'm at with who I watch. But I have some peers.
Oh, for sure.
Like the woman who got me started, who actually made a lot of calls, legend all the way from Georgia. Her name is Ramona Stevens. She's a Leimert Park legend.
Nice.
Once again, a black woman putting me on, right? Love it.
Yeah.
And she was the one who told me to contact certain people. They were like, hey, put you on. Stacey Taylor, he opens up for Mike Epps right now. He had a lot of shows coming up and he was just like, man, come open up for me. And so I appreciate those people. And it's still early that have made room for me. And, you know, because it can go another way. You got comedians that lie. All people lie, but you got comedians, right? That'll be like, oh, I'm gonna put you on the show, don't. Or I'm gonna introduce you to this person and don't. And so I'm learning the business side and not taking it personal, and it is what it is, you know, because and I don't know if you deal with this in the theater, in the acting world, everything's politics.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody be hating. If you think that Hitting the Mark don't got no haters, if you think people not blocking you right now, Benjamin.
Oh, what? Come
hating.
on now. Easily. How many people you know selling out a movie theater? Don't worry, I'll wait. This is what, your second time? I mean, Michael B. Jordan, you know.
No. I'm talking about people who I know that live around the corner from my house.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that was big to me. Like, bro, I can get my Mrs. Phil cookies and we about to come and watch my boy on TV.
Yes, sir.
In a movie. You get what I'm saying? So that type of connection is what I'm used to.
Yeah.
Comedy world not like that. It's cutthroat. It's cutthroat, man. It's cutthroat. So
yeah, I mean, all the industries are though too.
Right,
like,
as
you
I'm
know,
learning.
I think we live in a world where, you know, people think it could only be me in this space, right? If I'm the black filmmaker in LA, like, I want to be the black filmmaker in LA, but really there's room for all of us to be the black filmmakers and the black actors in LA to get together. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just all about your mindset of how you go through. Because I feel like it's room for us all.
Yeah,
you know,
it's definitely money out here.
And it's money to be made out here, man. One thing that we know about you is, you know, if you look in your Instagram bio, it says that you are the founder of Safe Space Comedy. So let's talk about that a little bit. Like, what is Safe Space Comedy?
And first, let me start first and foremost. You know, before this year started, I got Safe Space LLC. You know, shout out to that. I don't know if y'all do claps. Do y'all do?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll figure that out in editing. Okay, I don't know.
No, we do it live.
Oh, do it live? All right, cool. Let me.
We do it live.
That boy good. All right. So I Safe Space Comedy, man. So I'm gonna be I'm raw. You know how I am. So in the comedy world, I've learned that a lot of things could be better. Shows, right? Because what happens is you can have a show and you pay $35 to get in. Then it's like a 2-drink minimum. The drink is watered down. The food is nasty. You know, I'm just being honest, and
That's
you
real.
might have not had a good show, and parking was terrible because a lot of it is in Hollywood and all that, so you're dealing with parking. And so I was like, you know, outside of building Akela O'Neal, I wanted to create my own comedy show, comedy space to where I confuse a little bit of me and get everybody an opportunity, you know, and I want everybody to have a good time. And so I started Safe Space. I sold out 2 shows in a barbershop. Shout out to Coach Worm or Warren Haywood.
Worm.
Yeah, Big Worm. Shout out to him. Go get a cut. Worm exclusive, Coach Worm. Also my fitness trainer too. We sold out this barbershop, 2 shows in a row, 100 and some people in the barbershop. Couldn't believe it, right? And I wanted that small, intimate feeling because I wanted the energy to be high. Like I see Safe Space as Comic View, Def Comedy Jam, with a little bit of Tiny Desk, a little bit of 85 South Show, because you never know what's going to go on, all into one. You know, I want people to be like, oh man, the food was good at Safe Space.
There we go.
Man, we had parking. Man, we got a free meal ticket. The drinks was good. It was a good show. And I don't just limit it. I had my last show, I had 2 white guys come. 2 white comedians, boom, pull up. You get what I'm saying? And it keeps it guessing. And so I decided to start Safe Space. Number one, I believe in entrepreneurship. We all believe in multiple streams of income, and I really love it. Yeah. And so because of that, I take the time in the shows, and I got a team, and learning how to have a team, and learning how not to be the host, and then let my team handle the Safe Space show. And to not, you know, the first 2 shows, I'm running around, my head cut off, trying to make sure this good. The last show, this good, and learning how to be a leader and also submit to my team. Like right now, I'm having a hard time as Akela O'Neal. I need a manager. I need somebody to handle the booking and the Akela O'Neal as the brand. I don't have the time for it, and I suck. So I'm like, oh, I need a manager. So having Safe Space keeps me grounded to say, you know, always remember where you started. You always want to throw a good show. You want people to have a good time. It was affordable. It wasn't like, and we believe in bigger, grander things, right? But once we got that LLC, I need some help paying that. What is $600, $800 every year I got to pay to keep it going? I don't know what is. I know you got a business, so I don't know. Yeah, I just signed up.
Like that.
See what I mean? So I got kids, you know. So just the love of it and keeping it going, man. And want everybody to come. Safe Space. It came from the heart when I thought about it. So
there you go. I love it, bro. Well, the title of it is Safe Space, right? Safe Space Comedy. Do you feel like that's what comedy has been for you, a safe space?
Absolutely. I believe. Let me see. My mom introducing me to the gospel at 14. All 4 of my children, and getting my therapist and starting stand-up comedy have been the things that have kept me alive. So my Safe Space started on my mental health journey. So I'm a very stickler for mental health. I've been dealing with my therapist for going on 5 years. One therapist, he's seen me through the trenches, and I felt like I didn't have enough outlet. So I started fitness. So I've been working out and training, calisthenics, athlete. But then also I was just like, man, what can I do to really say the things that I can't talk about all the time, or be myself, or, you know, like, and it just interwoven. And so when I said Safe Space, that's really what it is. You come in and you don't know what you're gonna get, you know, but it's for healing. You know, people have come and laugh and cry. Like I want people to cry of laughter when they come to our shows. Like we gotta stop the show because people are laughing too hard, because that's a place for healing. And I think we need to get back to that. Anything that I do, I see it as for the community and for the people, even myself. Akela O'Neal and everything that I'm doing, getting these degrees, becoming a professor, selling out arenas as a stand-up comedian, I don't do it for me. I do it for the little Akelas and little Benjamins that's gonna come. You get what I'm saying? We gotta make sure that we give back. I don't wanna be so rich and so multi-millionaire that I act like I can't come to my city. I can't act like I can't touch the kids or the community and things like that, or make something for them. You get what I'm saying? So I want to be able to have a big Safe Space show, and instead of hiring, we just hire a whole bunch of teenagers and have them wait the food, or you get them something small, just something like that. That's the type of mindset I have about it. And I believe Safe Space is one of those places, outside of being a business, is for the community. You know, it's for the culture. That's how I feel it.
Come on now. Yeah, it'll be, and not only would it be a safe space for you, but it's a safe space for the community, a place that, you know, parents could send their kids to go to, and they know it ain't gonna be no shooting, no fighting. It's just a room of love, and it's a room of laughter.
Yeah, you know? Our last show, we kind of threw it in with like a summer party. I had a lot of younger generation kids come, and they had the game, like, last show we had an outside part where it was games, a pull-up bar, different outside area where the show was going. We had a taco man. It was fun. It wasn't just like, we gotta. No.
Nobody's stressed out.
No,
like,
you just come and, you know, enjoy yourself, man. I actually say that I threw I produced, I should say, a gospel show.
Okay.
Well, let me say it was for a church. So I call it a clean comedy. So I produced a show. So they heard about me. I have my background in ministry in the Black church. And so I just did what I did. I made it a safe space situation, not with the full glitz and glamour, but I was able to produce. I had 4 really top known comedians that came. Everybody got paid, everybody was blessed, everybody laughed. And that was also a thing, because of my background with the church. I'm not opposed to producing shows or bringing good comedians in who I know can make you laugh, who not going to be saying crazy things or vulgar things. It's just we having a good time. So it's the duality of it all.
There we go. Come on now. I love it. Well, you just talked about it with your background at church. People know that you're involved in church. If we know the people that know you know that you are a minister.
Here we go.
I was
That's
at
the question.
I was at the ordination service.
Yeah, there was a lot of people there.
I was there. I felt like the whole city was in there.
Don't say that, because the offering didn't show that. I'm just playing.
Hey, come on, man. Come on. We gotta keep.
All right. Keep it cool. Keep it cool.
So for the people that know you, they know that you are a minister, right? But do you feel like being a minister, does that push you to make clean comedy?
I feel like it makes me respect what I say.
Watch your words.
Watch my words, right?
Yeah.
Now, being a minister, licensed, ordained, and these things, we know that the relationship with God is with me, and I'm always thinking about somebody watching me, right? Now, of course, if I'm at an adult show, I don't expect children to be there, right? But I believe God has allowed me to have the intellect, the charisma, the wit, and the wisdom to not use mostly what you're talking about in profanity, right?
Right.
So I always read my crowd. Always. I'm always thinking that there's a child around or things like that. Always, right? And because, just because I'm from Compton and Watts doesn't mean that I don't have the vernacular to keep up with the verbiage that's needed to make sure that we're censored. So it's one of those things where it's like knowing your audience and what's going on and respecting. And I'm gonna be honest, have I said things in certain situations? Yes. But it's always been the context, the surrounding things like that. I'm not just vulgarly cussing and things like that. Never, right? And that's just not me though. That's just what it is. Have I used profanity? Do I use profanity? Yeah, I listen to rap at this point, right? But I feel like if I just breathe a little bit more, I can find the necessary words. Now, it's a difference between there's no a Christian comedian. What's that? What does that even mean, right? The Klan they call themselves Christians. Boom, all right? So when we say clean comedian, it's mostly no profanity and no vulgarly, explicit jokes and stories and things like that. Keep it friendly tight. And I think I love that because my background is in education and children and things like that. Like I volunteer my time at a comedy camp, shout out Light Comedy. I volunteered my time 2 days in a row. They had a comedy camp where we was just teaching kids in the city of Lakewood about stand-up and being funny and thinking, the critical thinking that stand-up takes, the quick responses that it takes, the quick thinking. So those are the type of things that I always want to be remembered for. Do I want to sell out the crypto in Madison Square Garden? Absolutely. Yeah. But I possibly can do it without using a whole bunch of F-bombs and B's and A's. I think I can. If people can preach the gospel and have thousands upon thousands, you get what I'm saying? And it's not like I haven't seen it done. I've seen a lot of comedians who have a lot of people come see them, and they're not cussing. Cool. It just makes sense. So I've got to make the way.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And I feel like people think that cussing and making nasty jokes or vulgar jokes, that doesn't necessarily make it funny. That doesn't mean you're funny.
No.
That just means that you're vulgar. You know what I'm saying? But there could be clean comics who are still funny. That's why I like, people like a Kev on stage and stuff like that, like paving the way for, just people that just want to have clean comedy. And because I think there is that stigma of like people thinking clean meant corny.
Yeah,
right?
And that's the thing. Because when you brought up Kev on stage, I'm a huge fan of his. he throws his own comedy shows as well. And I
Right.
watch a few people that have been on them. The people he have on, they sometimes cuss. They might say certain words, and this is his show.
Yeah, it's not coming from him, but you know.
And let's keep it a buck. He considers himself a clean Christian comedian. Let's just call it what it is. I don't. But if he's able to have a show, and the church love him, they love him to death, all right? And he can have a show with certain different types of comedians, and him and Tony Baker are like this. And Tony cusses.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But it's like if Jesus was around all the cussers anyways, I think we're doing a pretty good job, you know? So it's possible. I think it's possible. I believe it's possible. So.
Yes, sir, that's real. You said you don't consider yourself a clean Christian comic?
I don't consider myself a Christian because I don't want you to label me as just because if you say Christian, then I got all
It's all church jokes.
Church jokes, right?
Got you, okay.
No, I'm coming there talking about me being a teenage parent. Yeah, let's talk about that. That ain't nothing church about it. You know, all three of the moms. You get what I'm saying? Like that. I'm talking about child support. I'm talking about custody visitation. I can talk about some church stuff. Now, my church stuff might not be limited to, I would say, always the church experience. I might talk about some stuff that y'all might not want to talk about. Like when we didn't know that it was a secret baby at the funeral, and I'm officiating. So now we here, or the siblings is fighting over grandma's house. This at the church.
At church, they fighting.
Man, I done broke up fights at the church.
Jeez.
You get what I'm saying? So it ain't, deacons fighting over parking lots. The stuff you see when you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of comedy.
I'm not gonna say the church name, and I don't want no issues. But this a newly elected pastor. I seen he became a new pastor for church. No, it's not what you thinking. I remember going to that church. Man, they had a big old Lord of the Rings chair up in the church. I'm talking about like Lord of the Rings Halloween style Gandalf size chair.
Well, they be doing
for
that.
the man of God. So first of all, how y'all get that in here? Let's start there. Did y'all build it? So those are the type of things. The nuances is what I like to talk about Black church, because that's how I learned to love it. I learned to laugh, and not knowing that when they lay the sheet down, number one, that has traditional African practices, period. Let's have that conversation. But I didn't know, it's like, so they can cover our ladies up so it's a lot of sense. I didn't know. I didn't know about how the Holy Spirit can really come upon you, and I've been to church where I'm like, okay, it's 10 p.m. and then I'm pulling up to my house, it's 4 a.m. What happened? What's going
Where did
on?
all this time go?
Okay, I remember coming to dance and mime. You've been to my ordination, I don't even remember it.
Just blacked out like that?
You was there. I was on the ground. I'm watching the video and I'm on the ground the whole time, crying, snotting, got my mama praying for me, everybody in there praying. Even the ordination is what allowed me to do what I do. We bring up my faith. Your father, my pastor and your father, both, everybody was saying that I wasn't called to the church walls in a sense. This is what I'm watching back, listening. You're called to the community. You're called to do these things. Nobody told me what it would look like, though. Nobody told me that after I get ordained, I would decide to go back to school and start stand-up comedy. Nobody told me that. People thought I'd probably go to seminary, become a pastor, do the whole thing. When I'm able to introduce more young people about Christ, the God of the gospel, than any time now, because I have the duality. I can dress like this and make you laugh and tell you like, no, God is the one.
Come on.
You were there. All those people were there. All those people there at that ordination, and as great as it was and things like that, you know what I did when I got home? I got home in my minivan, rest in peace to the van, and I fed my kids, and I got my kids ready for school. I took some of their friends home because everybody want to come to Keela House because I got, made sure dinner was taken care of, went in the house. Everybody thought, was you going to go out to eat, Reverend Doc? You going to get you a steak, man? Was you going to do all that? No, I went in the house because I had to go to work the next day. You see what I'm saying? So I think it's those times where my relationship with God is the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, and I don't get caught up in the nuances of religiosity. I do respect it, though. I do respect certain things. We brought up the cussing. It's because I respect it that I do my best not to just be out here just frivolous with my words. But even not even as that, as an educator, I'm going to have a PhD in the next few years. You can't just be doing and saying what you want. You are held to a standard. To whom much is given, much is required.
Yes, sir.
I live by that. My other favorite Bible verse, do not be fooled, God is not mocked. Whatever you reap, you will sow.
Jeez.
That's some real stuff.
Yes, sir.
You get what I'm saying? And another favorite verse, you don't know what I'm doing now, but you will soon. What you mean? Like, right? How I look at the Bible, being funny, things that I'm looking at the Bible and I'm looking at the gospel, I'm looking at Jesus, Yeshua's life, and the people, it's like, okay, these are real. If they wasn't real, let's just hypothetically say there's stories I'm able to apply to my life and see myself in it.
Yeah.
Because Yeshua would say things like, the man is healed based off your faith. So how much more does Hitting the Mark, your acting career, the podcast and the merch, everything, your love life, everything that you can think of can be healed and manifest if your homies believe you. Your homies believe that you're going to be healed. The people that's here behind the scenes, we believe in this.
Yeah.
You know, those are the things that I make funny, or those are the things I like to pull out, and those are the things I like to highlight, because those are I've buried too many of my friends, man. I've spoken over too many bodies. I just lost a childhood friend yesterday. Just seen him last month, and he lives a street life, but I seen him, and I'm gonna be completely honest. He needed to, we was in the same place at the same time. I don't know what he had going on, and his car wouldn't start up. So I'm like, man, why your car not started up? Man, I got the breathalyzer thing on here, and I'm just trying to get home. He was like, man, I had to drink, I forgot, I'm like, so I breathed into his breathalyzer to start his car. I've been knowing you since the 4th grade, and I'm not about to act like I ain't, you know?
Yeah.
He just got killed last night, or 2 days ago. That was yesterday.
Jeez.
Last night I was in the hospital with my uncle. He been in the hospital for 3-4 days. Life don't stop. You just got to make it funny. So now I'm in the rehab center with my uncle at 11 o'clock at night, cracking jokes because he old and mad, and we in there talking smack. And life, you have to smile and laugh at these things and still believe God. That's just how things go, man.
There we go. Come on now. And I feel like that's the beautiful thing that comedians do. Even in painful moments, even in dark moments, they find some way to pull laughter
I'm gonna laugh
and pull something funny out of it.
Some of my favorite, funniest times is at funerals. Oh, crying.
Funerals be comedy, man. But something that you was just saying, I feel like is a perfect segue to my next question here. I feel like God, he gives us these gifts at the end of the day, not just to serve us, but to serve other people, but ultimately to glorify God at the end of the day. And yeah, you were talking about things of how, you know, you're called to be into the community, and you're called to, you know, bring people outside of the church as well. So how do you feel like you are using your gifts to glorify God at the end of the day?
Currently, number one, making sure I'm doing best to take care of my children. I don't want to, Bible again, I don't want to be worse than an infidel if you're not taking care of your family. That's probably why I kind of strayed away from becoming a pastor, preacher, and all that, because I got real life stuff going on. And if I'm not the pastor or preacher behind it and at home, then I can never be, you know? Yeah. I think that's number one, making sure I'm taking care of my family and my children to the best of my abilities. Going to school, having the courage to go back to school at this level, at this age, for what they would call, what the articles, the laws, the president, the state would say is a dying institution in education. Having the strength to say, no, I always wanted to be an educator, you know? So that's what I'm going to do. And it's not about the money. It's not about the pay. It's about me being able to touch the children, because I know how much I was touched by my education, my educators. You know what I'm saying? I still talk to a ton of them, you know? Stand up, you know, like I tell my children now, these two things are daddy's dreams, you know? So whatever you believe that you want to do that. Go for it. You're literally watching me go for it.
Yeah, right.
I think the greatest thing that I can leave my children is them being able to remember that daddy went for it. You get what I'm saying? It's easy to leave them a house, a car, and stuff. Yeah. But I want them to be able to say, no, I remember my dad was working 2 jobs and in school full time and taking us to everywhere we went. I remember when things wasn't easy and it was a custody battle and child support and all these different things, and he was dealing with all of the circumstances for the consequences of his teenage parenting, and he still went through. Yeah. You can do it. You know, he was sick and he went to jail. He lost all these things. He went through it and he still decided to go back. And so I want them to be able to remember that. I want them to be able to see, I hold my kids accountable. Daddy getting straight A's. Why you not getting straight A's? What's going on? You know?
If
So I think
if I did.
that type of standard, but I
Yeah.
also bring that to the classroom. I'm not just teaching you Black history and Black studies. I'm teaching you how to spark what's inside of you, because life is gonna come. It's gonna come fast. What it is that you want to do now, you have the time. Just do it. Just apply discipline. Write down what you want to say. Write down what you want to do. Go for it. And I think that type of stance echoes what I really want my long-lasting legacy to be, is that I decided that I was going to do whatever it takes to do what God told me to do, and the things that made me happy. When I'm your purpose. What's your purpose?
There you go. That's beautiful stuff, bro. I love it. Man, this conversation has been dope. But the title of this show is Hitting Your Mark.
Okay.
Right? And everybody's got different marks that they want to hit in their life. Everybody is on a different journey, a different path. But for you, Akela O'Neal, what does hitting your mark look like?
Besides putting these two girls through veterinarian school and medical school, and I was pondering on that question, like, what does that really look like, you know? And I hope I don't go here, but I'm gonna go here because of the significance, and because I've been a part of it for such a long time and a lot. I want people, when they say it's your time to get up, for your remarks for Akela, I want people to get upset that they didn't get a chance to get up. Because the greatest legacy of me hitting my mark is how other people talked about me, how other people perceived me, how other people knew me, through the good and through the bad. And I say that not to say that that's just end all be all, but the legacy that you live, it's not about what you do, it's about who you are. I do a lot of things. This morning I folded some clothes and swept and took the trash out and made sure the dogs ate. Had to hurry up and take a shower before I came here. I'm gonna do a lot of things. But who are the people that can tell you who you are? This is who he was. My children, this is who he was. And that is what I believe is me hitting my mark, to know that outside of my relationship with God and the introduction to the gospel, his birthday is coming up. Me and this great leader, we share a birthday. And one of my favorite sermons is the drum major instinct. And Dr. King talks about how we all have these human mindsets, right? This hubris of, in the Bible, who will be the first to be served, and who should we say who I am, and all that. And at the end of the sermon, he talks about, like, I have all of these things, degrees, titles, prestige, but I want people just to say that he was a kind man.
Sure.
That he loved others. That's the type of stuff I want. He made me laugh. He'd call and check on me when we ain't checked on him. You know, that's it. He fasted with me, he prayed with me, he pulled up for me.
Sure.
We went to Fishing Grill and we did.
Yes, sir.
And I got an extra shrimp scampi. You know, it was cool. That's the type of stuff I believe hitting my mark is, man. To leave a legacy of love.
Come on. A legacy of love. I like that. Well, you keep doing what you're doing, bro. You keep making people laugh. You keep showing up for folks, being out there in the community, uplifting everybody, and just continue being who you are at the core.
Thank you, man.
I know when it's all said and done, it's gonna be a line around the corner of people wanting to say beautiful stuff.
I appreciate
about Dr. Akela
Come to a
O'Neal.
show. Yeah, doctor. Yeah, throw that PhD thing in there.
Dr.
Yeah.
Dr. Akela
If I'm
O'Neal.
gonna earn anything else, it's gonna be that thing right there.
Come
Can't
on.
nobody take that thing from
It's
me.
happening. It's happening. Man, we got to get up out of here. But before we do, tell the people how they could connect with you and support everything you got going on.
Do I look at one?
This one.
This
is
one,
you right
okay.
here.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
this
goodness. I got to take an acting etiquette class. What's up, everybody? This is Akela O'Neal. You can follow me at I am Akela O __. Once again, I am Akela, AKELA O __. Shout out Compton. Watch my boy Ben, A to the B to the S to the visuals, all of what we got up in here, man. You guys follow me online. Follow The Safe Space Comedy also on Instagram, but the link is in my bio. Follow me, man. Come to a show, please come to a show and book me. I do weddings, birthdays, baby showers, bar mitzvahs,
Yes, sir.
retirement parties. I'm breaking up with my baby mama, baby daddy parties. I want to switch churches. I'm thinking about leaving my pastor. I do all the comedy. Just call me, email me,
Yeah, all of that. Anytime you need somebody funny in the room,
Call me, man.
call him. Any call
I
him.
like dried mangoes from Trader Joe's. I'm easy to please. You're good. You're good.
I'm crying. Well, I'll be sure to link all of that in the description
Thank you,
so
man.
people can connect with you, what you had going on. Look, this has been a beautiful conversation. I'm inspired, and I pray that our viewers were inspired as well. And if you were, be sure to like this video. And also comment something down below. Comment a gem that you got that Dr. Akela was dropping. We love to see it in the comment section.
Gem,
and
man.
then please feel free to subscribe to the channel so you can stay connected with us and see future episodes that we have coming up. Thanks once again to my brother Akela for
you,
being on
man.
the platform with me.
Love you, man.
We'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.